Actually, no my baba.
Nah.
It ain't fit you, make you
Some
look.
things are just
You
not.
look. Mwah.
Some things are not just meant to let it go for your sanity.
You look like one artist.
Have you seen
one movie
have
artist
you
like
seen where your guests walk out of show? Let's go straight to the point.
You'll be my guest, you my party. You know,
Okay.
you come on for this show.
Okay.
You get a day here.
Okay.
You're welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm very well, brother.
How's it been?
It's been good. Just like the month is too long.
Why long now?
Everywhere don't dry. The month long.
But a number month now, 30 days, 31 days. That's all.
You know, January now. The last time we got salary was like 23rd or 22nd, if I'm correct.
Of December.
And it's looking like a year now.
Okay, like you spent like 12 months in just January. But you know complain for December, like you know complain for November.
No, December
October,
is
like,
too short.
why is it
now.
always like that?
It's January now. It's too long.
Just talk to say I don't.
Last week
I
Monday.
don't use my money blow bank. I finish
last
for
week
December.
Monday. Last week Monday was 20 something. Today we are still 20 something.
How many 20 that's true. We're having like 20 something, like 3 weeks.
But it is went.
Amen.
It's just 3 more days. It went.
Amen. You're welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Imprint.
That's so.
How's it been? How far now? You're looking good.
Don't worry, everything is screensaver. I will look good, but deep inside, I know what I'm going through.
You look good.
But I'm very sure that's the same thing with all of us. So, thank you very much for saying I'm looking good. Joseph is looking awesome. No,
I'm gonna stop that.
No, to be candid, no.
Stop the thing.
We ain't gonna lie to you. We ain't gonna lie to you.
I wanted to decline.
No, you cannot decline. We ain't gonna lie to you. You look amazing. I'm telling you.
Let's go on, please, bro.
Okay. You
don't feel it,
all right, the program is Men Uncut on Western Spring Television, and we want to welcome you on tonight's edition of the program. This is where we talk about the male folks, and you can see tonight I have Men of Valor in the studio here with me, and together we'll be talking about something really important. I am J to the A to the H M I C, Michael, Mr. 2250, your love doctor himself, Michael with his sauce. Right, I just leave the matter for matter. I know they hype myself, they go. All right, so tonight we have another beautiful topic to talk about. But before that, let's go on this short break. I'll be right back. All right, you're welcome back, and the program is Two Men Uncut on Western Spring Television. So what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about a deal breaker. Deal breaker. According to my research, deal breaker refers to a condition, situation, or behavior that is unacceptable or intolerable, causing someone to reconsider or terminate a relationship, agreement, or transaction. Like when you say this was my last test, if there's anything like the last test thing, after this one, I know we think no, it's over. No, I cannot take it. Imprint. Should there be anything like deal breaker in relationship? Anything like deal breaker, like this is my breaking point. I can't go more than this. Is it necessary?
Just as we will say that red flags are important for you to identify in a relationship, same is there for deal breaking as well. It is very, very important that you know what your deal breaker is, because if you don't pay attention to these things, it will get to a point whereby you will have no choice than to apply them, and at that point you will look like a bad person. So it's best to have your own breaking point, and it should be well defined, to be clear to the other person as well, so as not to cross each other's boundary. Understand what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and then we can be good. So yeah, it's important.
Okay. Joseph, I know say you don't enter one or two relationships before. You don't know, you know a lot about relationship. You're a relationship expert. I mean, why they laugh? I don't give me all those things. What are the deal breakers you can actually mention in relationship, like, okay, maybe I should just push it straight to you. You as a person, what are those things you cannot take that when it happens in a relationship, you feel like it's over?
See, there are so many things that people will consider, and they're the popular ones. Like when your partner cheats on you. Not everybody can stomach that. To a lot of people, that's a deal breaker. And I think that's like the major when people cheat on you. But you see, individually, there are so many things. For me, to be honest, except you pass your boundaries for somebody like me, would you see me not have regards for you or disrespect you? I hate disrespect. I hate it so much. When you are just unruly, when you are mad, when the person even sitting where, forget the face, is also a mad person. Disrespect in relationship, honestly, is a problem for me. I don't think I won't take that, because in everything I do, even if my sign out tune on video, if it will cost me my own happiness, I don't deal with it honestly. So for me, I feel like the deal breaker is, if I'm not going to be happy, I do not pretend. If I'm not going to be happy in something, I'm not going to be with it. I'm not going to stay in it further. So those things for me are like deal breakers. Anything that take away my happiness, that I have to, pretend or sacrifice unnecessarily for you, no, I won't do that, because I always understand something, and I've known this. I've believed in this since I knew that we'll all die, and none of us, I did not bring you along with me. I met you here. And at the end of the day,
shop alone, die alone.
At the end of the day, if you put a whole family inside, even with the extended family here, and there's a gunshot, everybody will try to escape before anybody remembers Omomida, or there's my elder brother there. So at the end of it, one man, all man rather for himself. So disrespect, honestly, for me,
that's your own,
kind of takes it all here. And as I said, there's the highest, the apex
cheating,
of it, which is cheating. No, cheating is like the apex of it. You have to just let the person go for anyone. Actually. But then there are some other things, like disrespect majorly. And secondly, aside disrespect, when it comes to deal breaker, for me, you speak for yourself, and I believe there are millions of my type out there. Yeah. For me, I feel like as a woman, associating with the wrong people too is also a color for me. Yeah, like for example, where I live, I think it's around that Awosu side where I live. That street, for example, except the day maybe there was a report on a Sunday where the car came, they knew I worked there. I work at Viva FM. Nobody knows, and the reason is that you like to mind your business. Except when you meet your own circle, that is when you explode. Yeah. Now, so there was a relationship then. So every of the time you come back, you meet the girl, in one woman shop. Mommy Biola saw me. All those kind of things were not aligned with my kind of person. So I will see also put it disrespect, because there must have been talks about it too, and you fail to yield. So basically disrespect for me. I hate it so much. And that's why if I see anybody close to me behaving unruly and very disrespectful, I can go to the extent of ensuring that if it's a job, you lose it. I'm not to disrespect for me, actually.
Because that is the apex. Yeah. Wow. Imprint, how do you communicate your deal breaker to your partner, and there won't be any problem? Some people they don't like to hear the truth. And some people, when you are telling them, they feel like you're just joking. How do you communicate to your partner, and your partner will understand that you are truly serious about it, and that if it happens, that is it?
Now, you said something now that some people don't like it when you tell them the truth. That's a deal breaker on its own. Yes, because how can you want to be in a relationship? Now, we are starting this relationship today. Yeah. If I don't have the mindset of a bad boy that I just want to play you and leave you, I should have something tangible planned in my mind, and it should be a lifetime deal, right? So if I'm dealing with a person that does not like hearing the truth from me, then we have a problem. So when it comes to communicating my deal breakers, it is as simple as, let us be direct about it. I don't like you when you don't.
Today you do this to me.
Distrust is a big deal. Dishonesty is a big deal. Lies, oh Jesus, I hate it. When you lie, it is a totally big one for me. Yes. When you cheat, it's a big deal. I won't. Because the person that can lie to you on something that you can say that this thing is little can actually go ahead and do even bigger. Can actually go ahead and side with people that will destroy you, that can harm you. So these things it starts like a small fire that can turn to a white fire if care is not taken. So, and you will notice a pattern in a person that already sees this thing as a normal thing to do. You will notice it. So when you notice this
And you
thing
know, when
and you
person
correct
throw one
them,
lie, bam, you could look for another lie, we go
normally
take
to
cover,
back
and
it
so
up.
lie goes go, lie
So
goes continue.
the moment these things are happening, normally it's not expected that I will sit you down. Hey, John Michael. So let me tell you, my deal breaker is don't lie to me, don't cheat on me. No, nobody does that. But whenever these activities are happening, or when you see the signs that this thing is likely going to happen, and then I tell you, see, I'm not saying you shouldn't do whatever you want to do, but this particular one that you want to do, be careful. This cannot work for me. I've cleared you.
I hate it.
I have said it to you. So you know that whenever you do it, either this year or 50 years' time, there is an effect for it. There's going to be a repercussion. You know that already. So it's as simple as that. I already let you know in clear terms. Because the thing about deal breaker is, it is best you let the person know in clear terms. Because I can easily say that I did not know. I did not know that this is not going to work well with you. Assuming you told me, I would have prepared myself that, okay, these are your do's and your don'ts. I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have done that. At the end of the day, if you are being questioned, it will sound like, oh, maybe I should have done that. But when you've already made it clear, made it obvious to this person, then the person knows where you should get to and where you should not get to.
Elasticity of demand.
Exactly.
All right. Can a relationship survive if one partner's deal breaker is ignored? For example, someone has you hate disrespect, you hate all things, and you know after maybe your partner do something like that, somebody comes around, an elderly person, and pleads on her behalf and say, "I just have please, if I let you now, she won't do that again next time, isn't that?" Can there be a problem if you know you realize, okay, let me just ignore it and let it go? Can that relationship still survive?
All right, so you know that it shows like this. A lot of people are better off than we that are even seated yet,
Yeah.
but don't have this opportunity. So every of the opportunity you have, you try to educate
Yeah,
people
for
because
real.
I mean you are speaking to a lot of people.
Definitely.
And I feel like, see, like you said something, you talked about don't lie to me. I want to differ a little bit.
Okay.
That's why mine was disrespect, but I mean you are entitled to your opinion.
Definitely.
Let's talk about it. Sometimes you need lies in relationship to keep it. If you're too, yeah, you need lies in relationship to keep it, honestly. Sometimes.
Pretty Papa, tell me
Yeah,
something.
no, I'm being real because if
Yeah.
you're too blown, if you're all out, like you lose it sometimes.
Mm.
Saint John Pro, I can't remember the verse, but I know there was a part in the Bible, I think, where God said, or Jesus said, you go somewhere, only call up for me. I can't remember the exact, but I know you have to lie at some point in your relationship to keep it at some point. I'm not all the time, but lies will come to play.
White lie.
Maybe. Now, if you're talking,
now you paint the color.
Or purple.
if you're
We don't be
talking
black
about,
lie.
if you're talking about, you know, if somebody elderly people can come in, you know, disrespect, yes, people can disrespect you out of anger. People can disrespect you from the slightest of all things. But then there'll be warnings, and those warnings are part of the appeals that come from the elderly. And so, if the elderly too, except the elderly, not perfect, you know, if you have come like 4 or 5 times to appeal on the same issue we've been discussing, I'm sure the elderly, the person that will come, you know, will be a responsible person. I want to believe, but you even have to be responsible for me to even listen to you. Do you understand? You have to be somebody I respect to listen to. My kind of person. I'm sorry, unfortunately. So I feel like yes, I would. If it's the first, if it's the second, and something will also play a huge role there, which is love. Yeah, but then there is a level or limit to those things too. Yeah, because as I said, don't forget, you link the words, everything I've said, link it together. I talked about, you know, disrespect. I also talked about trying to remember, and I forgot, skipped my head right now. But I know I've said a lot, but if you link it together, because see, if the elderly had come and spoken to you and, you know, you let it go, love, of course, will come to play. But then there's a level to get where that love will,
don't you
will
think
fade off.
if you ignore it, you know it's your own breaking point, or because somebody came to plead on our behalf, you know eventually okay, I will accept.
See, I don't know.
Do you feel the relationship can actually survive?
Deal breakers are not just instant. They're not instant.
Yeah,
Some people,
probably you must have been warning
too.
the person that I don't like this, and the person actually now do it.
Like somebody said one time, after she cheated on me 3 times, I couldn't take it. Somebody cheated on me 3 times. For me, is the first two. So that's why I didn't go there because I don't want.
That's what they call it.
And somebody did for him. Yeah, he took it like that. So deal breakers are not instantly.
Yeah.
there must be warnings, there must be
You
everything.
must have been seeing
Yeah,
signs
so
and you are
the
seeing.
deal
See,
breaker
those-
is that I cannot take it anymore because it is something you hate, it's something you don't like. But then the person keeps repeating. Then at a point you get fed up. It's not that they just disrespect you once, boom, you're out. Then you'll be boom, boom out of every relationship. Then, but you know, as I said, there's the highest, which is the
Definitely.
cheating. So somebody cheated on the guy 3 times. I said it's after the 3rd time. I said, nah, I couldn't take it anymore.
Wonderful
He's
brother.
a,
So you know
he's a very good
it's a
You know,
person.
we take
Wonderful brother.
one cheating,
Why? You can't do that now.
one cheat,
No, you
two
won't do
cheat,
that. So,
three
and
cheat.
like I said, it's not instant. You don't
Yeah.
just go. It must be something you'll be complaining about. Like you said, just before I hand over to him, that person that's coming to appeal or beg on behalf of your partner, yes, you listen. If it's someone that's worth listening to, you will listen. But then I want to believe he does not want to lose that respect too. If you are coming the 3rd, 4th time, it won't work.
All right.
Sorry, before you ask the next question, in addition to what he said, there will be warnings, but the warnings is not going to be coming for me. It's not going to be coming from the elder, like to the lady in question. Normally, these are things that happen between me and my partner, right? So I must have been warning you personally before I get to that.
Probably the person has not done that thing, but you are seeing the sign that the person is tilting.
Let me
towards
cite an example to you. This one happened to me personally. Me, gang.
Please, Papa, let us know. I love stories.
I was
Mama, they
dating a
watch
lady.
you.
Yeah, of course, she
Beep,
knows
beep,
the
beep,
story
beep,
as
beep,
well.
Okay.
I was dating a lady
Well,
at
the
this
union will not
particular
be
point.
too-
in
He has
time.
dated a
small.
lot of ladies, like
Yes,
355. And what battles are cool.
God no go spoil
No, but
my
it
name.
looks responsible.
No spoil my name.
It looks responsible.
Yeah, you say it
Do
looks.
not forget looks, keyword. That's it.
Joseph, don't worry, I'm coming for you.
One of my
So
brothers.
I was dating this
good guy
girl
like me.
at this time. Then I was 7. She was still in school. So she always tell me at a particular point in time, she was telling me about a particular guy roaming around her. It's a normal thing. She's a fine girl, normal, so it's expected. So I was like, babe, be careful, because in most cases, when guys like this are coming around you, obviously we all know what they are looking for. So you be careful. You know what you stand for. Don't let this person take advantage of whatever you stand for. She said, definitely I know what I'm doing. At a point, she was like, Tayo, can you believe it? This guy said all his friends are cultists, but he's not a cultist. I said, okay, no, Allah, shall be careful, like I'm saying. I'm not there. I'm not there to say that, okay, this person should stay away from you or something like that. Even if I say that, what is my assurance that the person is going to stay away since I'm not there? So there was a particular day she called me, she was crying and talking to me. Then she was like, the guy attempted to rape her. I was like, how did that happen? Where?
Inside shop.
She said, my hostel. Okay, the guy visited you. She said, yes.
Gang.
Oh, it did not happen. She said, no. I said, you know I've been telling you to be careful with this particular person. Now he has gotten to this point. You see what I've been telling you. There is no problem. So far, he did not do anything to you. No wala. We are still good. You understand?
One in number
Somebody
3 or
else
4.
called. Somebody from our side that I know that we relate well called me to apologize that it was a mistake. It was a one-time thing. It cannot happen again. I was like, see, one-time thing. What is one-time thing? Did it happen in the first place? She said, no. Then there's no one-time thing. It did not happen.
You sure say
She
no
said,
happen? This is what I thought say is a one-time thing.
So far, I don't have an
one-time
evidence. You have to take it that way, right? So along the line, that happened in the year of 7. So the following year, that was how she called on another day. She was like, Tayo, I don't know how to tell you this, but it all happened so fast. The guy raped me. I said, wait, which guy? Are you getting my point? Which guy in question? Is it the same person or another person? She said, it's the same person. Okay. I was still patient. Tell me how it happened.
The rape was from the last. Or it happened again.
It happened again.
I know.
So the first time, according to her, the first time did not happen.
But the second time happened. Already.
She likes it.
You just get it.
You get it. So I was like, okay, explain how it happened. That was how she said. She was reading in the library. Then the guy invited her over to his own hostel, saying that if you are not angry with me again, you will honor my invitation. So because I wanted to prove that I'm not angry, I went there. To his house. Okay, so how did he lure you to his house? He told me my friends are in his house. So I went there to check on my friends. And when you got there, were your friends there? She said no. So why did you enter? She said, he was saying that if I'm not entering, it means I'm still angry. So I wanted to prove that I'm not angry again. I entered. Okay. So when you enter, what now happened? She said, everything happened so fast. Nothing happened so fast, Mama.
It just looked up.
Now, it happened to be the same school where I graduated from. So I know how they structured the apartments over there. So I was like, wait, somebody raped you and there is nobody around to come to your rescue, or you were not alerting anybody. The lady said, at that point, I see no need for me to shout again because he's already doing it. So it's obvious. I told her that, sorry, madam, this is not rape. You had sex with this person. No, say it that way and let us know.
Enjoy life.
Mama still insisted that it's rape. In short, to cut the long story short, an elder called, and the elder in question happened to be her father, and was apologizing to me that it happened that way. And I told the man, sorry, sir, I've been warning her over time about this particular person. I cannot take it again.
Well, why is she following you? They follow another guy to that extent. Somebody attempted to rape you at first.
Okay, so that we don't deviate from the topic, but I'll just attend to that quickly. I feel she had no regards for you. Yeah, she had no regards for you because telling you things like that will hurt you. And see, you might not believe she wanted an out. Yeah, she wanted an out, but you loved too much. So she was looking for the biggest of all things that will upset you. And she got it. So she was just, that's another disrespect.
But calling an elder to come to the question, to come to our aid, is what I am targeting right now. In the sense that a person that's, just like Joseph said, a person that will not disrespect you will know the limits where she should get to. You've already done the highest thing you can do. Calling somebody else, what exactly are you expecting me to do? Because at that point, you are trying to turn me to a bad person, knowing fully well that obviously I cannot accept that apology. So at that point, the deal breaker, you've already gotten to that point. There is no redeeming from it again. So before it gets to the point of deal breaker, it is going to start from the point of red flag. You will see these things. You will identify some things, one or two things, markers that you are ignoring or that you choose to be like, well, maybe it's a one-time thing, before it gets to the point where you cannot take it again. So at that point, that is the deal breaker for you. So when it gets to the point of deal breaking, there's nobody that can talk to you that you can actually listen again, no matter the number of times.
Joseph, there is saying that never forgive a cheating woman. That if you forgive a cheating woman, will come back and will still cheat on you. Or she will still, at the end of the day, you still feel hurt. And if it happens again, people will blame you that, hey, you don't know. She don't do it before. Why you accept and never forgive a cheating woman? What is your take on that? Because, God is merciful. God is to forgive us. Nobody is perfect. And in my own tribe, you say, for example, you guys are married, you have children. Say, you guys have children, you also have to forgive her. You say it is the devil. Won't you forgive such a woman?
Okay, so just to be clear with you here, and my own belief, you might decide not to accept it, but let your conscience judge you, because we know say they prick you. You know. Every man, and I'm saying it glaring, every man, married or not married, they cheat. They all cheat. There's no, maybe 90%, there's 10% a lie. Except the thing down there is dead. Everybody,
we cheat so with every man cheats.
Every man cheats. Okay, that's why I say you might have exception. Keep playing. You might have exception to it.
I don't cheat.
I'm not cheating.
Okay, maybe there's under 1% somewhere that you belong to, but the same thing with women. Do you understand? They also do. In fact, they are queens. Those ones,
even if
they are
you cheat,
so in a nutshell, everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. And so that we get it clear. Cheating, so that we, some people will go to school, but they don't have sense.
Wonderful.
So the cheating is not say you are having sex. Do you understand? You pay more attention to your colleague at work than your wife, you are cheating. And now it's not until you have sex now. That's it's the truth now. Google it now. So we made it, I said everybody cheats. The believer, no. The moment where, do you understand, you buy gifts more for a lady at work than your wife, even if you not say it's cheating. So everybody does that. So define your cheating so that we are clear. When you say, can I forgive a cheating woman, are you talking about sex now?
Yeah, sex.
See, when it gets to that stage, I don't believe say the condition catch you say you go get sense to hide it from your partner. See, the moment you let me know, you're disrespecting me. It still all links together. Do you understand? You think men that are cheating, men that you see in beer parlors, they'll go to one lumbu, because they don't want their wife to.
No.
They don't want to disrespect her. Do you understand? So don't let me know. You see somebody that don't let me know. The moment you are letting me know, you're disrespecting me. That alone is enough for me to arrest you if there's a law that can make me arrest you. So I would not forgive you. But if you are doing it because I don't believe in rumors, and that's why if I walk somewhere and I get here and they tell me bad thing about you, to be honest, I swear to God, I want you to do it to me before I can hate you. I will not. I don't inherit people's enemies.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So the cheating, if it's about sex you're talking about, I would not, because that's a disrespect to me. But cheat, everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. And you still even need to see your wife. Everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. No, I'm just saying.
I was not cheating. I'm not cheating.
No, I'm just saying. But
don't just say it.
No, you bought one. Okay.
What did I buy?
Huh?
What did I buy?
Chess.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Joseph, we go on a short break. When we return, Men Uncut continues.
Evelyn Ohiole, King Eve. How are you today?
I'm good, I'm fine, I'm alive.
I really feel like she's not giving the right answer to the question. When one asks you, how are you? And you said, you're saying, I'm alive. It's very annoying, seriously. How are you? I'm fine. I feel I'm fine would be the right answer instead of I'm alive. Not that I asked you if you're dead before.
Go and check all these 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, everybody, they are extraordinarily sexually active.
I feel is being unnecessarily hyper when it comes to the issue of sex, because we talk about other topics and he feels so reserved. He really doesn't have anything much to say when it comes to other stuff. But when it's the issue of sex, I believe he's being unnecessarily hyper. That's when I have to pick an issue with him. I mean, it's just being unnecessarily there when we're talking about sex. Just like a child, his mom just got him his favorite chocolate or ice cream, very happy, doing as though if he doesn't have sex for a day, he's going to die.
When it comes to finance, women also support their husbands financially. You need me emotionally. You need me spiritually.
Cassie is an amazing person, but I hate the too much attachment to that gender. I need you spiritually, I need you mentally. I can get these things anywhere with money. If you go by the topic was, who does marriage favors the most? You know how many jobless women they marry every Saturday? They are saying it favors you, favor. Are they vex so?
Growing up, when I was in the world, we've heard of
Well, you know.
Well, MC Too Much said he likes saying when I was in the world, And the last time I checked, well, it looks a bit innocent, facially, but deep down, is actually out of this world. We're all in the world now. As long as you're alive, you're in the world. So, MC Too Much, I beg you to talk about that. I don't want to hear that. Next time you talk about like it's
I think I have a problem with you saying ladies are champion, and that's the problem. Always trying to attach too much importance to that gender.
It's giving insecurity, it's giving low self-esteem, it's giving a blatant display of egoism. Because at the end of the day, a man who is secured in his words, a man who is confident of who he is, will not really be disturbed as to whether women are being referred to as champions or not. I mean, at the end of the day, Joseph's a really great guy, but whether he likes it or not, women are champions.
Welcome back, and the program is Two Men on Court on Western Spring Television, and we've been talking about deal breaker, deal breaker, a deal breaker, deal breakers, yeah, deal breakers. All right, can one have more than one deal breaker? Like 2, 3, 4. If you have 4 deal breakers, don't you have a problem? That means everything a deal breaker.
Well, one of the things I believe is that one of the things that determines the deal breaker for people actually happen to be their life experiences. Their growing up, their backgrounds.
Okay.
They can orientate them to what they form as deal breakers. A person coming from a polygamous family will most likely have it as a deal breaker, especially when the polygamous family is not the sweet and rosy type, that all man for himself inside the house. That kind of person cannot have, will most likely have a deal breaker that is going to be the moment you are thinking about marrying an extra wife, I'm out. Because I cannot find myself where I'm coming from. That can be a deal breaker for a person. A person coming from an abusive background will definitely have that as a deal breaker as well.
The day you say, I go was you.
The day you raise your hand, even though you know slap him, it is a total turn off for that kind of person. Now, another person coming from a background where things don't work, where the head of the family, who is supposed to be the father, does not sit in the position of a father. Now, being in a relationship with a man that is indecisive will definitely not work for that kind of person. So that's the reason why we always say that deal breakers are dependent on individuals, on your personal experiences. For Joseph now, for example, is most likely that everything that happened between him and Onome, for example, now, will
Don't
most likely be a
mention the
deal breaker
name.
for him when it comes to another woman,
Yeah.
because of everything he went through
Yeah, the
and how it
experience,
turned out.
the trauma.
Exactly. So the experience itself can be what determines the deal breaker. So now the actual thing is this: a person that has been in a relationship more than 4 or 5 times will most likely have multiple deal breakers than a person that is just starting out to date the first person in his or her life today. Because a person that has dated more than 5 people is already filled with experience of relationships, and is already filled with experience of what did not allow this first relationship to work. And the sad part is that what deprived the first relationship from working is not the same thing that deprived the third relationship from working. So before you know it, this person is already forming ideologies, and it's forming a chain
This
reaction.
generalization will happen. Ladies are like that.
Exactly.
All of them are like that.
So before you know it, all of them are like that. Now I tell the person to explain what you mean by all of them are like that. It will tell you different things and different scenarios that are not sounding the same, but coming to the same conclusion. So because of that, the deal breakers will be plenty. Now, back to your question, is that a problem? Is that person having problem or not? Sincerely speaking, in a lot of ways, most likely yes. Because these things happen to deal with your psychology. Because a person growing up from a crazy background that made the person to form a deal breaker around that already has something broken in them, already has something reshaped in them because of where they are coming from. It might not even be broken, but it is already reformed into something else entirely. So because of that, a person like that might need help towards it. For example, now, if a person coming from a background where trust does not even exist, how do you tell the person that yes, you can trust somebody else? It takes a lot. It takes both spiritual, physical, and every other thing.
It takes people
to
doing
make
things
it work.
trustworthy.
Exactly.
You can see like 10 persons doing.
And the sad part is this: the moment one of the people is already gradually building that trust towards, misbehaves, the whole thing crumbles.
Like when you pick a mentor, is that I need to get mentor, but I don't pick this man as my mentor.
Exactly.
Your mentor
And
can't
then
do anything.
disappoint you. So that is the problem. So really, the person is already having some troubles, and it might take more than just physical to do it, because it is a whole lot of years build up to that point.
Is it possible that these deal breakers change from time to time?
Like you have multiple?
Like like now you may say my major deal breaker, my deal breaker is is cheating,
Dishonesty.
and later you feel like, well, maybe you're in a relationship and
Okay.
your woman has been faithful, blah 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 blah, and later you feel like, cheating is, this one is not cheating on me. This have not been cheating on me. This is not my deal. I think it's trust, lack
Then
of trust.
you have problem.
Can it change from time to time, event to event, from time to time?
No, I feel like, see, you
Or is it absolute? Like, these are my deal breakers. These are my deal breakers.
I chose disrespect because I've learned this over the years, and I also learned from my uncle, blessed memory, and these were the things. This was his choice of words and what he said. Disrespect, because everything's still linked to. You see, there's so many things people will do, but do not forget that in a relationship or anything, you always agree to a compromise. You must compromise if you want to stay in any relationship. As they say, nobody's perfect, and it's not just lip syncs or something. It's true that nobody's perfect. So you have to work towards it. But as it is, as you are in the relationship or the marriage, except you are stupid, you grow and keep to understand that person. Like I tell you, you do not marry whom you love. You love whom you marry. You can marry whom you love and it crashes, but when you love whom you marry, it lasts forever.
Preach it, Papa.
No,
Let them hear.
What I am now saying
Sorry,
here,
sir.
what I am now saying here is
Sorry,
that
sir. Sorry for interrupting, sir.
what I'm not saying here is
police
that
on you.
if there are deal breakers, like I said, the apex is cheating when it comes to sex. But that if there are corrections, except you don't want that relationship, will you not show signs of improvement?
Definitely.
And that way you grow. So if you are not, it's still into disrespect. So there might be multiple, but you must show sign. Even if you do it, your reaction will tell that this is a mistake, and you genuinely and you are sincerely sorry. Then it moves on.
Like when you go hospital, the doctor already treat you and give injection, give everything, improve. Doctor was.
But then if you have this nonchalant attitude, you're not showing any sign.
Yeah.
See, happiness is key.
Doctor glorify you.
Definitely.
I want to be.
Definitely.
And I do not believe in those things that they say when you marry a young man, Kofi Ba Adale. I don't want to be Kofi Ba Adale. If you give me issue, I'll pursue you. Because I'm telling you, me, I want to be happy. All those for better, for worse, there's nothing like that. Because I believe that, see, like they say, let me just chip this, and I hope we still have time. Like they say, Obeying, Bobby Shaman, she said lie. If you look at while growing up, I say our mothers, these guys were very respectful.
Yeah.
They were very supportive. But what changed? Something changed, right? So it's not Bobby and Sherry, something changed. And you see, everybody, nobody they post in failure. But everybody they like do something where they profit on, even if it's bad. So they followed the trend, make us believe Bobby and Sherry is a lie. Even though they're one of the most annoying and to me stupid gender ever created, I still feel you have to manage it. Do you understand? Manage them. And so in a nutshell, you will see the progress, because you can have many deal breakers. It means you'll be jumping from one relationship to another. But when the person is not showing any sign of improvement, better dump the person. Honestly, be happy. And they are the major problem. Take out that gender. I swear you will enjoy life.
But we cannot do without the gender now.
It's you that cannot. Me, I can.
It's a lie. Don't they wee?
Let's move on.
Do you wee yourself? Or you want to be wee another wee? You want to be wee man? You want to see me and be chasing me? You will do a book after me. I will not.
Let's move.
God, let's go.
And according in line with the question that you asked, a person that is saying that, okay, my deal breaker for this period
dynamic,
is
that's a dynamic deal breaker.
that is not possible. It's not possible, because what forms deal breakers for you are not something flimsy.
Okay.
It is something principal for you,
Something that
major,
affects you.
something that touched you at a particular point.
Like
in
this is
time.
my principle, this is my way of life.
It might not even be something that happened directly to you. It might be something that happened to somebody's uncle.
Yeah.
But you know the story too well.
And you don't want it to happen to you.
This can never be.
Fear.
Once you form that orientation, that ideology, it cannot be changed. And that is what you are looking
But you know,
for.
love will also play.
Love will play. Exactly.
That is where you're giving the person time to understand. But it's not when the person fails to. When the person fails. And when the person fails to, that is disrespect. It is.
You and this.
No,
I love it. No,
it is.
Just
If you
as
love
I saying
somebody,
disrespect, you're making me remember
I'm
somebody.
real.
Joseph is
Tony
extremely
Osimo.
right.
Mr. T,
Yeah.
you always say that if there's respect in any relationship,
I mean, you will go on. Yeah,
You guys will be fine.
that everything will be fine.
Sincerely
Once
speaking,
because
you guys will be
once you
fine.
respect
Yeah.
your partner, you won't do what your partner
No.
doesn't want.
And it's even general, even at work. Respect. See, you at work doesn't. You don't need to like me, but just be civil
Exactly.
and do the right thing.
Respect me normally.
It's the same way at your relationship. Respect your partner. That's why I do not believe in those things. When you just see what you don't want to see.
Exactly.
Searching the phone, going to the walls, it's your business. You know, my own is that you are giving me TB, Dede,
Normal.
give me Baki. Soft.
And
the food is coming in when it's supposed to. And I'm giving you, you are smiling.
We don't have problem.
We can never have
sample.
issues.
The world will be peaceful.
What am I saying? What
That was
Yes.
that was
And
what
the
I said.
government will even do well.
You're like, let your phone
yes.
be bulong,
Now
bulong,
the
so
word
it's your
of
business.
Chino Achebe baby that when you say once bed is shaking,
The house is
the
at
house will be
peace.
peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Yes.
Very peaceful.
That's sincerely.
Whether it's he, or
The moment you start saying that, okay, who is sending my husband message, or who sent message to my wife that makes her to be smiling, you are in problem.
all right.
You really are in problem.
Can are deal breakers the same for men and women in relationship?
Most likely yes. Why? If we are saying that we are picking it as a huge topic on itself, what do I mean? Joseph has been saying something about disrespect. Disrespect is disrespect for everybody. Now, but when you are breaking the disrespect down, what disrespect means for me might be different from you. So for both genders, it can sound the same, but breaking it down, it will most likely be different. So it can sound the same, at the same time it can be different.
Okay. All right. Because of my time, should I still have time for one more question or thereabout? How do you how are you able to identify your own personal deal breaker? I want to put it to you personally.
Me, okay. It's a simple thing. I grew up from a background of both Christian and Muslim. Now, my own deal breaker tackles around religion for me as an individual.
So that means religion, culture, and all those other things come to play when you're talking about deal breaker.
Yes. So, my mom is a Christian, my dad is a Muslim. Very peaceful family. They understand each other perfectly well. But I see other families where it does not work, where they see themselves as enemies. So because of that, I don't want it personally. So that is one of the reasons why when I was dating, I ensured that I avoided this particular topic so that I will not find myself where I believe I don't want to be. So the religion was a very huge factor for me because I am a kind of person that believes that if I'm listening to something, a message from this place, and my wife is listening to another message from another place, it will always lead to conflict in the house. Because imagine me listening to a message where a pastor is telling me that, okay, yes, your wife should assist you in the house. That this thing cannot. And now my wife is listening to where they are saying that the responsibility of the house belongs to the husband. He must be the one to provide. Yes, it can be true. But at the same time, we must be able to have a balance. Then there is trouble because she's coming from where they are saying that it must be like this. I'm coming from where they are saying that you must be supportive. So before you know it, we'll be fighting inside the house. But when we both sit down in the same congregation, in the same message, and then listen to the same thing that, okay, be supportive to your husband. Whenever she's trying to not be supportive, I can easily call her attention to it. That
remember what Mbok, they said this
something is you are digressing from what we are listening to. So it is a very huge factor for me. So that is what shaped my own deal breaker.
Joseph, how were you able to develop your own deal breaker? Like disrespect. How were you able to get to know this is my
okay,
own
so growing up with grandma in Ojuelegba in Lagos, you know.
And,
we also, you know, I'm coming honestly, growing up with grandma and not living with my parents, you know, and seeing how the old woman will struggle in Ojuelegba, will go to Shita, you know, before we move to Egi Ogba, all those Aguda, Mosule, you understand those places.
Yes, sir.
I saw people, and that is why every time, even if I have money, you see all those corners where you have people. If you see me at no, I'm not doing adverts. If you see all those eateries, you understand, it's maybe there's a conference there or it's mandatory that we have to be there. You see all those mommy Khadija selling by the roadside.
Yakazo.
I'm telling you,
Yakazo.
selling rice, you know.
No,
Am I buying fish on sea?
No,
you know why disrespect now became a problem for me is that when I see people like that hustle and I see people disrespect them, these guys have decided not to steal, but they have decided to hustle. You want to disrespect them. It pains me a lot. So all out, like the war.
You don't talk to her like that.
All out. So that built me to that level because there was no joy, bro. There was no joy. And again, the University of Benin.
Oh, Jesus.
You know. So we know as it be. And, go Ekoso, all those places, we know. So that reshaped me. And that's why if you look at my life, even if I want to drink, because I drink, you can't see me at, there's a lounge at the junction where they're playing loud music. You see all those but those kind of
maximum music is
MP3. Those kind of places we also have VIP.
Normally.
On boss.
Yes, okay.
So when I saw these people growing up, and you know, they decided not to steal. They are hustling, and because you now have more money, you want to park and disrespect them. So disrespect generally, that was how it was born. And honestly, I wouldn't take it for anything.
All right. In 1 minute, what's your advice to people on this topic?
Your deal breaker is your deal breaker. See, if it takes away your happiness, it's too expensive. At the end of the day, nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. For me, I want to be happy. I genuinely want to be happy. And if I see you're giving me issues, the best way is sideline you. And even if it's in relationship, I've done it before with Onome 4 years. You know, even with all the things, still go marry. But what I am saying is that if it will give me issues that will make me think, Mama, no, I don't. Until death come and they bury the hell out of me.
Thank God, you don't talk that when you want to. All right, what's your advice to people on deal breaker?
My advice would be that first, know yourself, understand who you are. It's very, very key for you to know who you are before you can be able to relate with other people. Okay. It matters a lot.
I mean, I'll just add that once somebody, your partner says, this is my own deal breaker, please try to respect. I'll borrow from this. Try to respect the person. Do not do that particular thing. He has been telling you, I don't like this. The day you do this, those things is going to happen. And you know it. He has been saying all the time. She has been saying all the time. Just try to, do it from it. Or make sure the person don't see you, even if you do it. Because just have to talk to you now, everybody, I know they cheat. I used to talk to it because even if I cheat, I know come here. I'm not cheating. I'm just saying that even if you're cheating, nobody will come out and say, I'm cheating.
You must shalaye.
Nobody will come and say that. But if you are doing that, if cheating is the deal breaker, your own marriage or relationship, ensure that you are not caught. Ensure that you don't do it, so that your partner will not catch you. All right, thank you very much to the entire crew of this program, Baba, Gloria, every other person out there, my producer. Thank you very much. One love to you guys. See you next week. We'll be meeting for another edition of the program. I still remain J to the A to the H MIC Jamaica Mr. 223. You can get the past episode of this program on your YouTube and some other platforms as well. Just go to type Western Spring Television. You'll find it right there. So have a lovely night rest. One love. Mwah. Guys. Peace out. Thank you.